to take a plane to another plane, to another plane, to another plane, bumping Baka not nice while I'm trapping in the rain.
Hello and welcome to the inaugural episode, the true inaugural episode of Ezza Trips Balls, my new podcast. I am Ezza CG, also known as Eric, more affectionately. And for my very first guest, I've got the beautiful, the stunning, the local beloved, Mike Harte.
Hello, and thank you for having me on your first episode, sir. It's absolutely a pleasure to be here.
Mike is the host of the Milkfish podcast, so definitely go and check that out if you have not.
Oh, don't
also,
have the shirt on.
hey, check it out. McAfee.
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 McAfee 317.
I can't read apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah, so check this man out. Everything he does. Also open mics here and there. You don't have any scheduled dates at the moment.
23rd, I think. 23rd, I got a show.
23rd.
Club 55. It'll be confirmed. Check it out. Instagram,
Beautiful.
Facebook, Twitter. We out here. Milkfish, baby.
55 on the 23rd.
First time I ever seen C-section ska.
That's huge.
I'm booking for my podcast right now.
Yeah, I was just gonna. I was actually just gonna say, let's talk about the Milkfish podcast, man.
Milkfish came.
How long ago have you? How long ago did you start that? Now
Just surpassed a year.
just surpassed
a
1
year,
year.
yeah,
And do you
yeah.
know the episode count?
30 something.
That's fantastic.
30
Yeah.
something. I took a couple months off there because people kept fucking flopping on me. You know who you are. You listen to this. Any of you bastards know exactly who you are. I started
Sons
this
of
off
bitches.
as a culinary podcast because Milkfish is an old culinary hack for when your fish goes bad. When your fish goes starting to go bad, it starts to get a little smell like your girlfriend's pants. So you pour a little milk on it and it takes away the smell, so you still be able to use it for service that evening. So what I'm thinking, I'm like, fuck work. I hate fucking working, and I'm like, I'm gonna do something. I was like a Barstool Sports and Pat McAfee. Those are the ones I'm like, I talk like these people. I'm like, I could do something similar to this. There's need a Canadian one for it. There's a group out west. It's called Danger Cats. Have you heard of them?
I have not.
Okay, Uncle Hack, he runs it. Shout out Uncle Hack, hilarious motherfucker. But this guy, he's doing this
Hack.
but they're like very southern, but they're western. They're like Southern Americans. You know what I mean? They're like, yeehaw, get in the truck and go mud it. Woo-hoo. Yeah, that's what they're like out west, right? That's what he's That's what he's doing. I'm like, no, I need something here. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start with cooks, servers, people that worked in the industry. Started doing that. I started to get a bit of a following, everything like that. Then I got to comedy. We got to comedy around the same time, actually, to be fair, because you're one of my first guests, I think. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
you're like
I was very
three.
excited. I was
You're
very
like three.
excited when you decided to do this. I'm like, you know what? You should fucking do it. Comedy and podcast. Somebody around here's gotta get the ball rolling on that movement because it's huge. It's huge movement, and we have the talent here, you know. So why not? And we've got a lot of interesting people that could potentially be guests as well when they don't flake on people. God damn it.
Yeah.
So Milkfish, break down a little bit again about that culinary technique, but kind of just talk about like and how you learned about milking a fish and why that stuck with you and you decided to like make it your thing, you know, and just explain again what that is and why you do it, because I found that pretty interesting when you first told me about that. So
one of my biggest influences of all time is Anthony Bourdain. I got a fucking tattoo for the fucking guy. I got posters of him.
Rest
I've
in
always
peace.
R.I.P. He's always been a huge thing of mine. That's big red scarf thing I got to look into at some point too with Harvey Weinstein. He started out with Harvey Weinstein. All of a sudden he ended up hanging himself.
Look into it.
Conspiracy. But
every celebrity that hangs themselves happens to be interested in exposing pedophilia. But anyway,
so I always was a writer. I always liked doing cooking demos. So I started like processing all these ideas, writing it down in my journal, blah blah blah. And then I had this one. It was like Tales of Culinary Nothing, Tales from the Underbelly. It was like a lot of those stupid things. And one night I'm at work, the fish starts starting to smell a little funny. Right, someone left it uncovered, so a lot of the air got to it. So the oxidization really gives it a real bad fishy smell. So someone's like, I was like, fucking milk the fish. And I'm like, milked fish. I'm like,
Milk the
fucking
fish.
beautiful. Milked fish. I wrote it down and I went home that night and I stayed up till like 4 or 5 in the morning. I put the copyright on it. I got the Facebook, everything. I built it all up and I'm like, okay, I just got to start doing a podcast. I started with the tablet I'm recording with right now. Now I got interfaces, microphones, cameras. Well, fucking camera broke, but never mind. I got thousands of listeners each week, and now we're gonna keep going up and up. Now I'm doing comedians.
It's actually milk, like using real milk on a fish, and that takes away the old fishy smell.
Yeah. Just like anything, if you put too much salt in anything, throw butter in it. It takes the spiciness away from it because cream neutralizes the hot What is it? It's called
Tricks of the trade.
It's called oil. It's the fucking casein oil. Casein oil, cream, fats neutralize it. So anything fat, coconut. If you want to be vegan or whatever the fuck you do, put coconut butter, whatever. Anything
No
fat,
discrimination.
avocado. It takes away the heat from it. So like, if you ever see hot ones, they drink milk. It's because the fat in the milk takes away the heat.
Oh, it's the fat that does it.
Yep. It neutralizes the whatever casein oils.
And that's why water doesn't work, because it doesn't have that shit in it.
That's why if you just have a single like seed, right, and you just whatever and throw it down, it's not gonna be anything, right? But second, you make any touch to that, like any heat to that thing, the casein oil will release, right? So like cold peppers won't taste the same as like a room temperature pepper. They're gonna have different flavors because
Right.
oils aren't activated in it, right?
It's all about those oils.
Yeah, same with like basil. If you see a small basil plant, you're like, oh, it smells good. Rub it like that, and then all of a sudden it becomes aromatic because it activates the oils in it.
That's why people fuck with essential oils, man.
Yeah.
Just get those essential oils out.
Oh, my kid has Asperger's. Let me give him some oregano oil there.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
whatever-
a good one,
Whatever
actually.
floats your boat, man. Whatever calms
Write that one
everybody
down.
Yeah. So, do you have like a favorite? Like I like a lot of different ethnicities of cuisine. Do you have something like a favorite one to cook and a favorite one to eat? Are they the same? Or are they different?
Very Mediterranean.
Yeah, you fuck with you like
Mediterranean.
Greek shit or
Greek
like
shit, Italian. You start getting into like Turkey and like the Middle East type
Yeah,
flavors as well.
yeah.
I don't fuck around with the curries and stuff too much. I like eating them, but
No, I like
Indian food, stuff like that. Pakistani food, Bangladeshian, whatever it could be. Like I understand the cooking of it, right? But there's a lot more going into it. There's in the curry. Curry is just not a flavor. A curry is like 7-8 flavors combined into one to give you that one single flavor.
Yeah,
Dead Sea
when I
salt.
was in England, I had a real curry. We went to like a
Curry.
Bangladeshi place.
Yeah.
There's a whole district in London that's super Bangladeshi, and we went to like a real Bangladesh, and that was, in my opinion, the only real curry, and it was fucking phenomenal. It was fucking
No, it's
fantastic.
good. Don't get me wrong,
The
it's
curry that
fantastic.
I've had elsewhere has been like you said, it's almost used as if it's a flavor. It's like it's just a curry flavored
Yeah.
paste of some sort. You know what I mean? Whereas
out of the tube.
when you go to an actual curry, it's like a totally different
Yeah,
experience.
you
It's
know the
wild.
one main ingredient they use in it, which really throws me off, which you'll never guess. It smells like dead bodies. Is Dead Sea? You know the Dead Sea, right?
The Dead Sea.
Yeah.
Floating.
So when the salt builds up there, they use the Dead Sea salt to give it a distinctive flavor. That's why you'll never taste anything similar to curry. It's because they use that one of the main ingredients.
Wow.
Because the rest is like cardamom, grand masala, caraway, fucking star anise, allspice, cloves, salt, pepper, garlic, Dead Sea salt. Like it's like 12 different things they throw into a curry to make it that flavor and give it that real intense deliciousness.
So when you're learning how to cook and learning this culinary stuff, are you like, I guess it may be different for everybody, but when you're getting educated formally on it or whatever, are you like encouraged to do things from all different parts of the world, or
Yeah,
are
of
you
course.
like find your wheelhouse and stick to what you're good at kind of thing?
No, it's always you always have to grow as a chef, right? You always have to grow, do something different, because if you stick to one thing, you'll be very one-dimensional, right? Now, a lot of people now, they're getting real pretentious with like multi-course dinners with very small different, aged fermented
Yeah,
this, do this.
it's
I'm
very
more of
weird,
I'm
the
more of
whole
a
scene.
old world. I want those old world flavors, right? Those old world, like grandma's house on Sundays. You know what I mean? Like that good hearty meal. Don't get me wrong, I still do high class. I still do fucking classy shit with the fucking tweezers and shit like that, but that's not the chef I've always wanted to be.
Right.
But like, honestly, I love learning Italian. I still do some Chinese, like roll sushi and shit like that too as well.
That's cool.
Yeah, I could do a lot of stuff like that. A lot of wholehearty and stuff. I like learning South American food, Cuban food, stuff like that. I'm gonna start learning that more. So right, yeah. So you know what? It's all
Different
evolution.
flavors. Yeah, well, it's interesting because like you figure that a lot of these chefs, or pretty much every chef, like that, like it's one art form where you do get totally pigeonholed into one thing once you get it like a career or whatever, unless you are a chef with your own restaurant where you can literally do whatever the fuck you want. Odds are you're going to end up working at a French restaurant or an Italian restaurant or a Greek restaurant. You're going to be stuck doing that one thing. So that's why I was wondering, like, do most chefs, like, would a chef that works at a fancy French restaurant also know how to cook you good sushi or something like that?
If you do one thing, you do it really well. Like that's like you never have fantastic pizza at a restaurant that sells other things most of the time. You know what I mean? So like if you want to go to a French restaurant, you go there. But also, yeah, the guy can push it out, but not as well as the guy that concentrates specifically on that.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If he does enchiladas, that's all he does. He does that. He does coronitas, whatever else too, right? Empanadas, tamales. He does like the real the general staples of a lot of South American cooking. Yeah, he does just concentrates that, and he's trained in France, or he knows how to make French food. Yeah, he's gonna make great French food. But you go to a guy that's just fucking straight French chef, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, this fucking Mexican has no idea what the fuck he's doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And vice versa. This frog has no idea what the fuck he's doing, right? Yeah. You call this pickled cabbage? What the fuck is this? This is pickled radishes?
You didn't really grow up with pickled cabbage, motherfucker. You don't know what you're doing. Have you ever done like a black box challenge or anything like that?
I have in restaurants just with like having fun.
Yeah, like
That's
what?
pretty much it.
Yeah, it seems like it would be kind of a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
You have any like interesting experiences?
Not particularly I could exactly remember, but we've had specials, right? Okay, who's two? You make a special of anything out of this fridge here and go nuts, right? And whoever sells the most, you go through the night. And I made like, I don't know, some fucking Cajun pasta or something like that, some hacky, right? And it was fucking amazing. My buddy took his time like pickling this, and I think it was Custy with pizzas. That's what it was. Really? Yeah, it was me and Custy, and they're like, who could make a better pizza?
Wow.
Mike took all this time like cutting up the salami. I made like a rosé sauce with heavy cheese and melted, and I like sweated the sausage out and put the sausage grease on it with like truffle oil and potatoes and made it. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's a lot better. I'm like, yeah, how's that, you fat fuck?
Shouts out to Custy.
Yeah.
We love you, buddy.
Stay up, bruh.
Stay up, bruh. So what would be your like? Let's say that you're in an Anthony Bourdain position, not quite maybe at his level, but you're a trusted. What would be your dream scenario as a chef or as a cook?
Travel cooking, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Same type of thing as
Exactly.
what he did, basically.
Yeah. With alcoholism and all, yeah.
Especially the alcoholism.
Yeah, we're gonna stay away from the heroin for now, but yeah.
Yeah, no, but like, what is better than that, right? Like, what could possibly?
If I had
be
a
better
nice
than
little place in a good little town, and that during the day it's affordable for everyone to eat, because one of the most exciting experiences you have as a kid, right? If you grew up poor or anything like that, and you went to a restaurant, it was a treat. You're like, oh my god, that's not getting pizza delivered to the house, but actually going to a restaurant and you see that food come, you're like, oh my god, this is awesome, right? To a new place, new experiences, new smell, new feeling.
Exciting.
It's a whole experience at a restaurant, right? So if I could provide that for a reasonable, good price and help do that and be a part of the community, that's what I'd like to do, because I could change up to do what the fuck I want day to day. You know, right? Because I'm the big dick in the room, right? No. I'm not making that rap. Get the fuck out of my restaurant. And then at night, stripper poles come down from the roof, turn that bitch up, and let's go. Yeah.
The stripper poles come down.
They come down. They're like,
strippers and blow party.
Oh, yeah. All night, baby.
All night long.
We got all the girls in there. We got a little DJ. You got DJ Big Fudge up there.
We'll find a place where everything is legal. A little country.
Then I do backdoor fucking poker games and shit when the lights close down.
Shit might get out of hand real fast, actually.
Someone's gonna get shot
at the milk fish restaurant. Somebody is getting shot.
No,
Shot if they're lucky.
No, it's simply just be Mikey's.
It's just gonna be called Mikey's.
Yeah.
Everybody's
We're
gonna know
I'll
about
go to
it.
Mikey's.
You're like, is it Mike Tyson's? Is it Michael Jordan's? No,
they're all going to be on the wall, though. All fake
Mikey's.
signatures.
Have every mic up there.
Yeah, except Michael Jackson.
Not even Michael Jackson.
Black Michael Jackson.
You'll have black Michael
I'll have
Jackson
like 70s Michael Jackson.
Yeah. No, that's yeah.
Like just pre Thriller. Like as he's recording Thriller, that's the cutoff there. Because after that, that's just maybe the man in the mirror.
Do you think there's any? Do you think there's any question anymore as to whether or not Michael Jackson was a diddler?
Well, he fucked those kids for sure.
Yeah, I think he probably did.
Did you see the one with the kid fighting Neverland?
Yeah, I did.
The guy used to go to his house. He's like,
that.
I've never French kissed Michael.
That was weird. That was a weird experience watching that.
I had a hard time watching things. I've watched a pretty fucked up thing.
And it was like, it was that and the R. Kelly one that came out like within a month of each other. Did you watch the R. Kelly one?
I can't watch it, man. I can't watch the R. Kelly one, bro.
God, man. It was worse.
Bump and Grind's probably on my track. I listen to that every morning, man. That's Sinatra.
You still listen to Bump and Grind?
I haven't. It's number one played on my fucking iTunes list.
Fucking
there
incredible.
ain't nothing wrong with a little bump and grind.
If you're 13 through 17. Yeah.
Hey, fuck you. First off, what's that dickhead's name? He married his fucking like 13-year-old cousin and murdered Jerry Lee Lewis.
Yeah, there's tons of weird shit.
What's a fucking guitar player? Led Zeppelin or Pink? Yeah, Led Zeppelin. What's the player's name? The one dude.
Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page. He was notorious. He had a 16-year-old girl travel around the country with him and fucking her, and everyone knew about it. It's in their
crazy.
book.
Pretty sure even like, if you go to today, fucking even what's out in the open. Like a fucking Leonardo DiCaprio, I'm pretty sure openly dates only like 18-year-olds. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta love that legal pussy, bud.
I love that barely legal pussy.
Yeah.
First
off, it's Leo. Let him do what
it
he's
is
gonna do.
Leo is a national treasure. Okay, he's gonna come down with the coronavirus pretty soon. Let's hope not. I fucking love Leo. Shouts out to Leonardo DiCaprio. Yeah, no, it's a whole weird thing. I don't want to make this the whole Hollywood pedophile show or anything.
Let's go down the rabbit hole of 9/11.
Keep on. Oh, you want to?
I heard you said 9/11.
When I said 9/11, you became very interested, and I am gonna have Deke on the show soon. I know he's gonna want to talk to me about 9/11 because
I'll fuck him up with it. You have me and him debate each other, dude. You want to talk about a podcast?
Really?
Look at fucking views. I know so much about 9/11, dude.
So you
It's
are
insane.
inside job. Right?
I'm on the inside of the inside of the inside of the job.
So yeah, so thank you. I will have you and Deke debate. Actually, it'll be fucking hilarious. And you're both gonna get frustrated, but yeah, Deke believes that for the most part the official story. I think he thinks that Osama bin Laden had a nefarious plot to destroy America. And
you know what? He probably did. But he was put in there by the U.S. On 9/11, he was getting surgery. He was getting fucking surgery by the U.S. in an Iraqi fucking camp. What the fuck?
The amount of fucking things. There's every single part of that whole thing is fucky. There's not a single aspect of that.
Loose change.
Architecturally, politically, economically, fucking everything. And what I always say, my conclusion is this. Either it was an inside job, or there is a God and he loves evil people. Because the only people that benefited from 9/11 are fucking warmongers and fucking oil tycoons.
The owner of the buildings.
Private contractors that are going to go rebuild the countries we destroy. And everybody's fucking making all this goddamn money. And so 9/11 was the most convenient possible thing that could have happened for all these fucking money-hungry pigs. And they didn't have anything to do with it.
Not a chance. Not a cool chance in hell.
They didn't have anything to do with it. All these super rich,
you
super
fooled
powerful
yourself.
people that needed this to happen in order to do everything that they've been doing for the last 19 years.
You're lying to yourself.
They were just blessed. They were just blessed with the greatest coincidence of all time that there would be a failed. And here's the other thing: if it was Al Qaeda, the Taliban, whatever, what did they gain from that, other than getting fucking destroyed? The whole region is destroyed.
What the fuck just happened there? You max out?
They're trying to stop us, bro. They're trying to stop us, man. We can leave that going. Hold on. I think that's all good. I should be able to keep
1, 2.
going. Yeah, it just went weird for a second.
Okay,
yeah.
cool. I'm like, because I'm
got a little
so many
too-
problems with that this morning.
We got too deep down the rabbit hole, and the lizard people, the reptilians.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up right there. How the fuck does that happen?
That's what I'm saying. This thing is interdimensional, man. If you've ever done,
Turn my phone off.
Anyone who's done psychedelics is aware that this is not the only plane of existence.
I was watching Steve-O's thing this morning about that.
I didn't know it. Yeah, that sounds good. Steve-O's the man. I didn't know he talked about that. But yeah, this is clearly not the only plane of existence. The 3D dimension is not the only dimension. Just the fact that it's called third dimension, it implies that there's other fucking dimensions. It only makes sense that super rich, super powerful people with fucking nothing else to do but spend money and experiment on how to fucking become immortal, fuck with psychedelics and they do these rituals and shit like that with psychedelics, and they contact these fucking beings from other dimensions, sometimes from higher dimensions, sometimes from lower dimensions. These lower dimensional beings are the ones that tempt you with riches and sex and all this shit. And it's the shit that gets talked about in the Bible, where it's like the devil, Satan will tempt you and all that. They talk about these these lower dimensional beings.
The devil is gorgeous and will tempt you.
Essentially, using these rituals alongside psychedelics to contact these interdimensional beings who may or may not also have something to do with UFOs and shit like that. I think that what's happening is dimensional. It's something is going on in the grand scheme of things that's manifesting in the third dimension in this craziness. That
Even
we're
the fifth
currently
dimension. The
witnessing.
fifth dimension is actually mentioned in the Quran. By
Really?
have you ever heard of these jinns?
No.
Jinns, they're a fifth dimensional being. They're essentially the demons or the angels of a lot of religions, a lot of old religions, especially Zoroastrianism, I believe. And they are fifth dimensional beings. I don't know. I got to get a lot more into it, but they live on our plane. They can interfere with our plane, but they also on two different planes of. They're on three different planes of existence.
I've heard some stuff like this, and I've heard that we are sort of in the process of moving into the fifth dimension from the third dimension. And that's why shit is all fucking crazy, because a lot of people aren't ready to shift dimensions. You know. What I'm
Did you
saying?
do that DMT? Did you find that out?
No, I never did DMT.
Really? I thought you did.
No, I never did DMT.
What about the one I want to try? Ayahuasca?
I would love to. Yeah, I would love to try DMT. Ayahuasca would be really intimidating because it lasts like hours and hours and hours. It's like a DMT trip that lasts for like 6 hours. Whereas DMT, I think I would love to try, because if anyone out there's got some DMT, allegedly,
Let us know.
let us know. Allegedly, it only lasts like 5 minutes or something. But
It's like doing that. What was that shit? Remember the Salvia?
Yeah, I never did salvia, man. I chickened out of salvia because there's too many horror videos on the internet. But people freaking out and shit. But I have heard some good stories about salvia as well. Some good salvia stories. But no, all I've really done is mushrooms. I tried acid, but nothing happened. It must have been bad acid. But I've had some pretty crazy experiences on mushrooms for sure. And there's definitely, I can't say that I know anymore. For all I say is that I know that I don't know what the fuck is going on.
You went further down the rabbit hole, not knowing.
Yeah, all I know is that this world is this whole plane of existence is like is not the end all be all. Is basically the best way I can describe it.
So quit your job.
Yeah, so quit your motherfucking job and stay at home, because the coronavirus is coming to get you. Oh, you got some blinking happening there.
Where?
Is that low battery, little red thing?
No, it's recording.
Oh, it's recording. Shit, how come I just noticed that?
I don't
That's
know.
so strange. I don't know. I don't know either. It's weird.
I don't know.
All right, good to go. Well, we're good. Hey, episode 1. You know, you're gonna fucking be confused sometimes.
1.1. 1.2.
1.1. This is basically 1, 2.
Had a really bad test run.
Oh, it was a good test run.
It was a great test run, a great conversation. Just lost the whole fucking thing.
And then went through a goddamn nightmare trying to get it back.
You know the first file I said, the first one I sent you was like 236 4-second clips of voices. I organized. I had about 10 minutes.
Going through it, and I was like, holy fuck, this is going to be like, I could employ a staff of people to try to piece this back together, and it would still probably take a while.
I don't understand how those files work, because it was like, it wasn't the beginning of the conversation at the first file. It was like mid-conversation. The beginning would be the end, and then the end would be the beginning, and then halfway through, and it was like everywhere. As files it works. I all open. I'm like, boom, boom. And it's like, yeah, with the Epstein thing, I'm like, we opened with that. And then literally the next file would be like, well, thank you so much for listening as a trip. I'm like, God damn it.
I'm telling you, man, they're trying to fuck with this show. They're trying to fuck with us already.
Fuck with the truth.
It just began, and they're already trying to fuck with us. Yeah, no,
Twice
I
now.
mean, full disclosure, I'm going to be talking a lot of crazy shit probably on this show, but that's partly why it's called Ezza Trips Balls, because I read into a lot of shit that I don't necessarily believe, but I still find interesting and probably worth putting out there, you know what I mean? And a lot of it I believe could potentially be true. We're living in a fucking world where anything is pretty much possible. Like what would shock you at this point?
Imagination, come with me. Go ahead, sorry.
And you'll be, what would really shock anybody at this point? Like fuck, everything's so crazy. You know, I just I'm open to whatever. So
You have to be
we're
open-minded
talking some
person.
craziness on here, and hopefully people do some Googling.
Yeah, seriously, get into your research. Check it out. Because you know what? Life's pretty boring if you just go home to your fucking 6 kids, the wife that you hate, go to a job you can't stand, dreaming about what you could have been and what you should have been. Go down a rabbit hole. Get you distracted. Distract me for years.
Rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole. So
Don't do blow and talk about it with people, because that gets out of hand fast, because everyone's talking and sweating. What do you mean?
Next thing you know, you're planning things.
Yeah,
you
you're
know what I mean?
paranoid. We're going to go make a stand somewhere.
Yeah. yeah.
We'll go down fucking Capitol Hill right now.
Either that or we're moving up to the fucking woods.
I already have that planned up, buddy.
Moving up to
I
the
got a
goddamn
spot up
woods.
north. Your family's got a
Really?
spot up north. Oh yeah,
Up
dude.
north
The
is
cottage.
beautiful. That was my
No one ever find us out
I
there.
always thought if America ever invades Canada, I'm just gonna start walking north, just start going north, and eventually you get so far out they ain't never fucking. They ain't
No,
never
they'll never
looking.
find
They
you.
ain't never looking. They ain't even gonna look.
No.
They ain't gonna fucking look.
You're
Hey,
forced
America
to-
ever invades Canada, they're not making it past like Oshawa.
Have you,
know what I'm saying?
have you been north past fucking Muskoka? There's nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing. You see a town of 100 people, then nothing.
Yeah,
And
no, that's about it. They're not
consider
bothering
this.
invading the rest of Canada.
I mean, like most of the north to south of the United States, from like New York to Florida, that's Ontario. You know what I mean? That's a fraction of
Yeah.
our country.
Yeah, it's pretty insane how huge this goddamn country is and how pretty much all of the population is really close to the States.
Within 2 hours of the
Relatively.
border?
Yeah, pretty much the whole population. So yeah, if we ever get invaded, let's just fucking head north. I got some family up north. Head up there as well. It's beautiful up there. You see some beautiful starry skies. Probably the air, man. The fucking air. I miss it. The smell of the summer. Fucking
Country girls with no teeth.
country girls with no motherfucking teeth and French accents.
I can do without it. But cheese eating surrender monkeys.
Cheese eating surrender monkeys. So Mikey, is the are we living on a ball or are we living on a disc? Is the Earth?
I'm not even getting that coffee. If it's a fucking ball, you see the curvature of the Earth while you're in the ocean.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I agree. We're on a ball. I love space. I don't want to take away space. You know what I'm saying? Let's
No,
keep
I'm a
space.
fucking alien guy.
I'm a big
first
fan.
and
Big
foremost.
fan of space.
Alien. Yeah. Alien.
To Eddie Bravo, but the Earth is round.
Who the fuck thinks the world's flat? I want to have a.
Eddie Bravo.
I want to see you debate someone about the world's flat.
I do like some of the flat Earth stuff. I do find it interesting. I find it cool. I find it fun.
That didn't sound good.
Not at all.
No.
That's gravity. That's what happens when you live on a ball. Flat Earther will tell you that Mikey was just too dense for the stool, and that's why.
They just calling me fat. Did you know? Actually, outside of Ottawa, it's the only place on the entire Earth where the gravity's less than normal.
Outside of Ottawa,
Yep. There's one place in the look at.
gravity's less.
Well, there's less gravity
It's
pull.
like you weigh less.
Not fractionally, but the gravity is less
crazy.
there than anywhere else in the entire world.
What do you think that means?
I don't know. They don't know. They have no idea why. Because even up in the mountains, like if you go
I
way
don't
up,
think they get gravity. I don't think they really understand gravity. Nobody's ever been able to
it's a
explain.
significant force, right? Because we're spinning, and it holds you to the ground. So the less spin you have, the less density there is. Just like on the
Right.
moon,
Gotcha.
because the universe is moving at like 100,000 miles a minute, right? And each
Yeah.
the Earth is rotating at a certain on its axis, right? So that significant force keeps us level. You see in the space movies when they're spinning, right, and they can walk normally, it's because significant. It's like centrifugage force or something like that. I can't think of the word.
It's wild that.
I know
that's
that.
just- yeah, that's amazing. Super cool. It's also wild that that's just the nature of things.
Is your boy?
Yeah, that's my boy. Block is here to do episode 2. Where are we now? We're definitely not at an hour yet.
45 minutes almost.
45? Oh, shit, that's not bad. All right, we're doing okay.
He's got that family van, dog.
He does. He's a family man with a family van. All right, well, we can begin the wrap up then, because I think this guy's told me he's got a blunt, so I want to smoke that blunt. Again, let's drop your Twitter, your Instagram, where they can find your Milkfish podcast, all that good stuff, and where you'll be with your next show.
Alrighty, so the Milkfish podcast is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and everywhere else you find your podcast needs. I'm sponsored by Buzzsprout. You sign up and use the code MILKFISH, you get 25% off. Yeah, use 25% off. This guy's dressed up like it's goddamn St. Patrick's Day. This is hilarious.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, you find Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Milked Fish, my own page, Michael Hart, Mike Hart 31 on Instagram. Check that out. I got a show coming up on the 23rd, I believe. I think it's next. Oh, fuck me. That's like 2 weeks from now.
Club 55.
Yeah,
baby.
Club 55. And then I have runner-up round for Niagara's Top Comic. I can confirm that date later on through Eric. Alrighty. Stay milky.
Be out here. I'm gonna link his stuff in the description. I'm gonna be at Sporty's Bar and Grill March 28th, opening for Dre Specs. Find my latest project at smarturl.it/pilotboy as a 905 as a trips balls. Thank you.
Peace.
About to take a plane to another plane, to another plane, to another plane, bumping back and not nice while I'm trapping in the rain.